Hello, future Grandmasters in chess world. I wanted to provide an update on how things are going. I've just finished the US Championship with 5.5 out of 10, which is quite disappointing. I guess a 6-way tie for second. It started quite well with a win against Dominguez, faltered with a sort of very unnecessary loss against Robson. I managed to recover with a nice win against Mishra, but then I sort of missed a very, very sort of simple chance to beat Oparn. So I really think that I could have, should have scored +2 or +3 or, even more with a very complicated game at 7 where I had some chances, but it was, quite imbalanced. So, I'm obviously very happy to be back in St. Louis. I have not been here in over a year, only for the last year's championship. So, first of all, hope that I can move forward in a positive direction with the St. Louis Chess Club and to, return to competing in their tournaments. I'm obviously sort of at my peak rating, 2734, and I've been performing, in all, very, very well in all my recent tournaments. In one of my past Twitch streams, I mentioned that I was supposed to play the Gashima Memorial, and I was also planning on playing the Chennai Grandmasters tournament. Now, I mentioned for Gashimov that I got word from the organizer that 5 out of the 8 players, and I guess I was one of the 8, so 5 of 7 players, had complained or boycotted my performance after my participation after my invitation, was already received and accepted. And about a week before the tournament, as I was about to book my flight, I wasn't sure if I was going to book it myself or they're going to reimburse me. The organizers told my manager that they were not going to extend an invitation because the players sort of complained or the exact reason was quite unclear. And then they said that I would be on the wait list, which doesn't really make sense. How can you rescind an invitation and put me on the wait list? And then obviously, as some of you might have seen, Duda dropped out, and then Vidit also dropped out because he was going to India to be to meet the Prime Minister. So obviously I still wasn't invited. And then I decided not to say anything sort of publicly, other than mentioning it in my Twitch stream, until about a month before the tournament in India, where I was invited. Everything was confirmed. We had discussed details, hotel, accommodation, and I was waiting for an invitation letter to apply for my visa. And upon waiting for that, I was told that my invitation to the Chennai tournament had been rescinded as well. Which again was quite shocking, considering and the only reason that they gave was that the viability of the tournament was in question, so that they really wanted to invite me, but they could. But it was a bit confusing because I've already been invited, everything's been agreed upon, and it is against sort of FIDE rules to rescind an invitation from a player once agreed upon without an actual reason or so I am contemplating filing an ethics complaint against the tournaments, because to invite someone and to agree, it's sort of like a contract, right? And to simply rescind that invitation when plans are made, schedules and all these things, there's a financial cost of having to work around your entire schedule, and to have that be canceled at the last minute is obviously quite frustrating and confusing. So I just wanted to talk about this, so people, because a lot of people were asking in my Discord, or I saw some stuff on social media, why was I removed from the Gashima Memorial? Why am I not playing in the Chennai Grandmasters? So, I hope that, I don't want it to set a precedent that, obviously I understand that people have the right to not invite me to their tournaments, and that's the nature of the chess world. But if you're going to invite me, don't just sort of remove the invitation right before. So I chose, to wait to discuss this after the US Championship, because I didn't want to engage in any drama during the tournament. And obviously, I'm very honored to be back in St. Louis, so I didn't want to do anything to distract from this amazing tournament. So I just hope that my recent success and my continued success is a sign of my merits as a player, and I hope that I'm granted the opportunities that I deserve to compete at the highest level. And that's all I'm asking. So I hope that in the future, in the next year, I get more invitations. the invitation that someone of my rating would normally get. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on that, and also the the U.S. Championship was a great experience, great conditions provided by the St. Louis Chess Club, great food and snacks, and it's amazing to play chess on American soil. I find myself spending less and less time in America because of the lack of tournaments for me here, but I do hope that I can compete more as an American and against the best of the best. So thank you guys for listening if you watched the entire thing, and I hope that despite these setbacks and rescinded invitations, that in the coming months and year, I'll be able to return to competing normally and to eventually become world champion.